Good evening, respected dignitaries, faculty members, and participants. I am Dr. Mohammad Zakir from BA College of Engineering. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of 6 days online faculty development program on deep learning, intelligent video analytics, and computer vision. So I would like to welcome our chief guest, Vijay Huddar, joining from Amazon as a applied science manager. And I also like to welcome Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, our patronage, managing trustee uh, of PA Educational Trust in his absence. I would like to welcome Dr. Ramiz MK, Principal, PA College of Engineering. And also I would like to welcome Dr. Sharmila Kumari, Vice Principal. And I would like to welcome uh, Sharfuddin PK as a AGM campus, PAET, Dr. Syed Amin, Dean SA of PAET institution, and finally our HOD, Dr. Manjula, Professor and HOD AIML. So I would like to thank each and every higher authorities for their kind support for conducting this faculty development program. I would like to call our co-host, Professor Afsar Beg, to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Vijay Uddar.
Thank you, Dr. Zakir sir. Let me briefly introduce our chief guest for the valedictory program. Okay. Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you. Dr. Vijay Huddar, Mr. Vijay Huddar is an applied science manager at Amazon Search, where he leads a team of world-class scientists and engineers specializing in machine learning and natural language processing. At Amazon, Mr. Vijay spearheads efforts to enhance the quality of search results globally, contributing to a better user experience for customers. With over 8 years at Amazon, Vijay's interest spans across semantic matching, deep learning, natural language processing, causal modeling, and generative AI with large language models. He has co-authored several papers presented at prestigious conferences, including WWW, ACL, WSDM, and ISIR Ecom. Before joining Amazon, Mr. Vijay spent 2.5 years at Xerox Research Center, India, where he developed machine learning algorithms for the healthcare domain. His research there results in multiple conference papers, journal publications, and many filed patents. Mr. Vijay holds a master's degree in computer science from IIIT Bangalore and a bachelor's degree from Gokte Institute of Technology, Belgaum, Karnataka. So with this short introduction, I would like to welcome Mr. Vijay Huddar, sir. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so much, Afsar, and thank you so much, everyone, for having me on board and giving me privilege to participate in this valedictory ceremony of faculty development program on deep learning, video analytics, and computer vision. Thank you so much for having me.
The pleasure is ours, sir. Sir, you can continue the session.
Yeah, thanks so much. I initially thought this is for students, but glad to know that this is for faculty development, and great to see all of you here. While all of you are highly learned and know many things than I am, I would still like to share some of the tips or the way sort of I operate or bunch of the people in industry operate. Many of you, of course, have a lot of experience with machine learning and field, but I have been in this field for around 10 years. Like Afsar shared, I have had a privilege to work across multiple top-notch companies since my entry into the IIT Bangalore as a master's student. I have done my courses in machine learning, and I have had a privilege of working with some of the top-notch scientists and some of the top-notch programs. And there are few things which has helped me sort of uh, cruise to this journey and do a lot of good work. And of course, there is lot to learn, and there is lot to sort of unlearn some of the things that we do. But one of the tenets. So I would like to share a couple of tenets which has helped me sort of do the best I can. So one of the thing is like thinking deeper. So for many of the important problems, or it is not important that we know a lot of things. For example, nobody knows a lot of things. Of course, even I'm sure even faculty members agree with me on this. Like we are all experts in pockets, and we and there is a breadth that we try to sort of know. Uh, but what matters or what distinguishes a great scientist or a great engineer for that matter, or a great researcher from rest of them, is like having a thorough grasp on whatever area we know. Do we really clearly understand it or not? And I believe when we coach junior engineers or junior scientists here, we try to emphasize on that, on that basically. Like we try to tell them it is not just enough that you understand how the back propagation works or how the self attention works, or how, or what kind of distance metric we use, or how we want to sort of do a multi-object optimization. But we also need to know like thoroughly like what it means, what it really happens even before sort of we run the empirical experiments. We have a tendency to run the experiment and see the results and then infer what happened. But as a matter of fact, we encourage people thinking through, like before even running the experiments, what that experiment would lead to, or how would the result look like. Yeah, I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Feel free to stop me for any questions. Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool, great. So yeah, thinking deeper is what we encourage folks here, and we also practice it ourselves. And yeah, before running any experiment, we try to sort of think through and anticipate that how the result should look like, and then we run the experiment, and if they are counter to what we understand, and then we go and deep dive, okay, where is the gap in our understanding. The other thing that sort of the tenet 2 that we sort of practice, or in general scientists that I have learned, I have had an opportunity to work with practices, they go full in. They never go half-assy. For instance, any sort of hypothesis or any sort of project they work on, they go all in. They put all their cards in. They don't sort of juggle across multiple hypotheses or multiple projects. They sort of go all in and focus all in. So what that does is that makes all of us very intentional, and makes us through the finish line. So that is sort of one of the tenets, that one of the ways in which you can be sort of more intentional or more aggressive or more ferocious is by setting up deadlines, and sort of setting up um, is by sort of going all in, like is not by focusing on any other sort of work, but instead of work on the hand or project at hand. And and I generally sort of one of the tenet that we follow when we go all in is like we don't generally quit that easily, unless we sort of document all the hypothesis or everything that we have exhausted, and we clearly come up with the definition of why we are not working, why this particular hypothesis or why this line of thought is not working. So that is sort of one of the tenets we practice. And in the beginning of any sort of the researchers that I have worked with, they always begin with the problem statement, written problem statement. And like most of you have published papers, we always begin with a tenet that how would the how would the novel idea that we are contributing look like. Okay, you're working on some of the problem and you want to publish a research paper, or you want to come up with a solution. How would the final solution look like, or what is it that you are planning to use? Are you using a causal inference? Are you using deep learning or computer vision? What specifics or what is a novelty that you think is going to work? So you frame your hypothesis first, and then you sort of go into the experimental mode, rather than trying like a kitchen sink of bunch of variables and then sort of trying to see how that works. So one of the that is the second tenet I wanted to share. Any questions on these two tenets? I have a couple of more. Uh, cool. I think yeah, I can share a couple of more. So the other thing that sort of I would want, um, as a faculty, like you would be sort of encouraging your sort of students, or you yourself participate in open source competitions like Kaggle, and encourage them to do internship. In fact, if you get a chance to do industry academia collaboration, you should sort of take that, because what that does is like there is with deep learning into the game, what has happened or what I have seen is like industry has taken an edge over the most of the academia, because running these systems is computationally very expensive, and it requires a lot of money, especially with deep learning and BERT, and of course with large language models. You are already seen that it is very difficult to secure the GPUs to do some of our experiments. So what I've seen is like industry uh, has a little bit of edge in terms of these compute resources. But that one of the way we can sort of have a level playing field is by either procuring these, or by doing a handshake with industry, or participating in other startups. There are like tons of startups which are doing great work in India, many, and they are all like cutting edge. They do like fantastic work. So participate with them, or participate in Kaggle groups, or participating in Google or Amazon or whatever these internship or collaboration opportunities. So that is one way to make sure our hands-on stays to the up to the mark, and be sort of connected with the latest literature. There are like many resources nowadays. Everybody is speaking of LLMs, but classical machine learning still has a lot of value, because at the end of the day, it is all about problem solving, like how a student or us approach the problem, how we break down the problem into simpler solutions, and what are the possible choices we have to solve the problem, and is our solution theoretically grounded, or it is not. So that is so one of the ways to do that is by keeping ourselves up to date with the latest literature. So one of the things which I try to do is, while I'm not very sincere with that, is like I try to read some of the papers every day. I have become slightly better at that, because of the habit that I have been sort of keeping up. And so there is also a way to encourage your students to read the papers, and have reading groups, and let people present. And it's not like reading groups should not be like very serious, like we latch on to those students and make them, um, yeah, or even faculty groups can have reading groups, like, because academia and industry do these reading groups, wherein like we read a particular paper and we present to each other. We don't try to tear each other apart to see whether the person who is presenting really understood or not, but we try to participate in that, and as a collaborative exercise, wherein like if the other person doesn't know, we take the ownership of learning it, or contributing to it, because like I said, we are expert in pockets and all of the things none of us know. So reading group is one of the great way to sort of participate in knowledge sharing exercise. And what I have seen is like, it is sharing and learning in study groups or in these reading groups is a great way to sort of do a lot of progress. You can, while I can read a paper every day, and by end of the 5 days I can read 3 or 4 papers, but not in full. Like we try to sort of dissect the paper with certain questions, like what is it about. We don't read full end-to-end papers, at least I don't read them. And but when we share, when we do in a reading group, it is like it becomes a great exercise, because the other person would have taken a week or so to read that paper, and he would have read in and around that paper, and that becomes easily accessible to all of you, and it is not a tiring exercise, because your turn may come some other time. So reading group, I would encourage. That is one of the insist on higher standards. Like you can raise your bar there, to be up to date with the with the learning. And sharing is a great way of so whatever you learn, try to share it with your knowledge is double. Don't hold back to yourself, because it is very much possible that whatever grasp or understanding you have about that subject is not fully accurate. You will get challenged by your other colleagues, and that actually helps you to learn a lot about it. Many times we think that we know everything, but it is not the case. When our colleagues or when our sort of friends challenge us, when they ask us questions, that's when we really understand the grip, or we get the grasp of what it is. So yeah, so that is I hope I'm not speaking a lot, and I'm sure many of you already following this. uh, yeah, and if you are sort of coaching your students to enter into these big FANG companies or any companies, yeah, companies are there are many of these big companies, but there are a lot of great work that is happening in startups too. So do not hesitate. Encourage your students or yourself to not hesitate in uh, only in large companies, but also in startups. There are some excellent startups, and one of the ways is yeah, one of the ways we try to do is like we try to challenge ourselves with some non-trivial questions, like why is this happening. If you don't understand why you are seeing particular results, don't overlook them, because there is something that the experiment is telling or data is telling. So definitely go dig deeper, identify what is happening. Then only the you will get a great understanding of what the concept is. And definitely it is non-obvious, or it is not a serendipity that your experiment is giving uh, results which are unexpected. It is telling you something. Don't leave till you know what is happening with it. So yeah, with some of those tips or whatever things that I follow or little I know, I would like to stop here. And yeah, you feel free to ask any questions. I'll be here.
Hello, Vijay. One question is there.
Yeah.
Uh, Sir, what do you see as the biggest challenge facing deep learning research in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, great. That's yeah, I'm reading that myself. What do you see the biggest challenge facing deep learning? Well, the classical deep learning. There are these few things, right? Securing the GPUs is an entry barrier right now, because they are very expensive. They are even very expensive to companies like big companies like FANG companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, whatever that is. So one of the challenges that I see with deep learning research is many of the people have started using LLMs as a black box. Other than these hardware and electricity and power constraints that the country or companies are going to face, the other challenge that we face is we are thinking very shallow. We so in many of the interviews that I see, students or whoever that other person is directly jumps into using LLMs as one of the solutions, because everybody is speaking of LLMs nowadays. They just use it as an API. They don't try to grasp the underlying theoretical groundings. So even though there is a thing of knowledge distillation, like you don't have to use such heavy models, you can do knowledge distillation. They don't sort of think through or think deeper. So I feel the biggest challenge is like people will have to sort of transform that barrier of thinking through, spending time on the problem. And if we don't spend time on the problem, we may end up building applications around this, but not really move the frontiers in science or in research. Yeah, that's what one of the barriers I see.
Thank you, Vijay, for giving the insightful tips for our faculties and the participants. And I would like to thank you for only one message you accepted the invitation and become a chief guest.
Thank you so much for the. I'm really honored. Thank you so much for yeah honoring me by getting me here and letting me share whatever little I know.
Thank you, Vijay. Okay. So with this one, I'm going to present the report of faculty, 6 days faculty development program. So finally, we came to an end and we are in the valedictory ceremony. the PA College of Engineering successfully conducted an online faculty development program titled Deep Learning, Intelligent Video Analytics and Computer Vision from 21st January to 27th January 2025 with 26th as holiday. This program approved by the AICTI organized under ATAL aimed to provide a comprehensive understanding of emerging technologies and their application in academia and research. The event received an overwhelming response with the 233 participants registration and an impressive 160 plus participants consistently attended all the sessions, reflecting high engagement and enthusiasm throughout the program. Over 6 days, 13 meticulously planned sessions were conducted by distinguished speakers and resource persons. Their contribution were instrumental in the program's success. TS Dr. Hassan Firdaus bin Muhammad Zaki delivered sessions on introduction to deep learning and object detection on video, sharing insights on the fundamentals of AI and its application in video analytics in a very interesting way. Dr. Ahmed Rimas Faizabadi, who is the leader of this, I can say the whole FDP program, provide an in-depth knowledge on OpenCV and the use of video analytics in intelligent transport system, focusing on practical application. And Dr. Ahmed Jazlan bin Haja Mohidin conducted sessions on Python for deep learning, installation process of PyTorch, and introduction to embedded AI, equipping participants with essential programming skills for AI. Dr. Zulkifl bin Zainal Abidin delivered impactful lectures on introduction to PyTorch classification and development of custom object detectors for aerial drones, emphasizing state-of-the-art AI methodologies. Dr. Muhammad Afif bin Husban shared valuable insights into transfer learning and intelligent analytics for mini projects, inspiring participants with real-world use cases. Mr. Yusuf Al-Hattab conducted sessions on video segmentation, application, and examples, and the introduction to MLOps, focusing on advanced machine learning operation and practical implementation. Dr. Asif Afzal from University of Luxembourg concluded the program with the session on how to comprehend computer vision research papers, guiding participants in understanding and contributing to cutting-edge research. Each session combined the theoretical knowledge with the practical insights, ensuring participants could apply what they learned in their professional roles. The event also concluded an online test and feedback session, enhancing the participants' interaction and evaluation of the learning outcome. So with this report, I'm going to congratulate all of you for attending this session. So we would like to hear the feedback from the participants. After that, we will have remarks from the principal. So I request the participants to unmute yourself and give a feedback.
We encourage the participants to unmute and share your feedback orally.
Hello, sir. It was a very informative session, and every speaker have delivered a very insightful session, and we have gained lots of knowledge. Thank you for conducting such an FDP for us.
Excuse me, madam. Can you introduce shortly the name and from
Yes,
where?
I'm Professor Nidafrin Rizvi from Technocrats Institute of Technology, Bhopal.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir.
Next person.
Good evening, all. I'm Bhavani, research scholar from JSS Science and Technology University, Mysuru. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for organizing such a wonderful FTP. The main thing I wanted to highlight here about the FTP is almost all the sessions were practical oriented. This is what I was looking forward these days. It is much needed for the research scholar actually. We hardly find this kind of programs these days. So this is what I wanted to highlight, sir. Thank you so much. I really had a knowledgeable day starting from the day one till today. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Madam Lubna Kausar has raised the hand. Would you like to give feedback? Madam Lubna Kausar. Okay, next person.
Good evening, sir. Hello,
Very good
I'm
evening, madam.
audible.
Yes, madam, you're audible.
Sir, I'm Professor Dhammajyoti Dhavse from Nutan College of Engineering Research, Pune. Sir, I overjoyed this FDP because the content of this FDP is very nice. Actually, very few persons or FDPs are going to be conducted on this video data analytics, and I found this very informative sessions. Thank you for the organizers for organizing such a beautiful FDP. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am. Dr. K. Rafiq Ahmad, sir, would you like to share feedback?
Yeah, very good evening, all of you out here. First of all, congratulations to the PA College of Engineering Department of AIML for conducting this wonderful FDP. I congratulate Dr. Zakir and Professor Afsar for always they were always there at every moment, and in fact, it is one of the high quality FDPs, I should say, that I have ever attended. There is a reason behind that, because all the experts who are there in this particular FDP in all the sessions, and they were really, I mean by, what is experts means, they have really worked, they have been working in this field, and the quality and the delivery of the content that really has given all the participants a very good insight and the inputs to take the work forward. I'm sure this work that the college and the department has taken it, I mean, it's really commendable. I congratulate all of them once again. And the timing, it was spot on actually. They followed the time, and it's been international standard, I should say. And they were honoring the request of the participants very well all the time. And the topics that they have covered all through is really, as what our chief guest today, Mr. Vijay, was talking. I think many of the topics, I think Mr. Vijay can go through the topics that they have gone into. I think that is really matching with what he was talking of. I'm sure in future also PA College of Engineering and the department will definitely bring the industry experts also, like Mr. Vijay, for conducting the FDPs. So with this, I conclude. I thank everyone out here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Madam Nikat Fatima, would you like to share feedback? Madam Nikat Fatima, would you like to share feedback? Okay. Anyone else would like to share feedback? Any volunteers to share feedback? We highly encourage participants. This is the crux of the FDP. We will definitely encourage you to share some of the advice so that we can improve the program in the future.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Continue.
This is Dr. Lubna Siddiqui, University, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Sir, first of all, I would like to thank the organizers, everyone, not only Zakir sir, but Afsar sir, and so many technical people will be there to organize this particular event. I have attended variety of FDPs, but this was the first FDP. I'm not just making appreciation on a wrong thing, but the thing is, you all have taken such a good initiative wherein practical thing were actually needed in the research. And I would request if in future, if you all can plan something for the research, I'm searching for some publication work also. So if you all can guide or arrange such kind of session for the coming in the near future, if you plan then there should be some FDPs on research publication work, because there are a lot of fake things that are going around. But in the private institution, everyone must be agreeing on this particular point, that in the private institutions or universities, it is mandatory for us to publish a Scopus paper, ABDC, Q1, Q3. It is so difficult these days, and the cost is so high. So I would request the organizers if they can arrange some FDP on research, particularly on the variety of for me, SLR, systematic literature review, that bibliometrics and Vivo software. If you can arrange practically how this particular thing can be done, if you all can arrange, I would request all of you to please see this particular thing in the coming future, please. And thank you for arranging everything, being on time, everything before mail, everything was informed earlier only that this particular thing were there. And Zakir sir is, I hats off to that particular man. He is just, success. I would say any event, though there are many individuals will be working, but there should be consistency that is required. Small efforts with consistency have a greater impact. And Zakir sir have done that particular thing in a very perfect manner. I really appreciate Zakir sir, Afsar sir, and the other organizers. And this is for the first time I would see that, all the speakers are from, majority of speakers were from Malaysian University. I think there must be some collaboration with the university and you people, so that many times, what happens in the FDPs, variety of speakers come from different universities. This was for the first time I saw that from Malaysian University, there were majority of speakers were from this particular university. And today there was some different speaker from different university. So I really appreciate, sir. And if you can have it for in the future, if you can collaborate with some any like Sage publications and the Claviator, so that you can arrange that way, the participants can get more benefit about it. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for the great feedback, ma'am. I see Madam Nikhat Fatima has raised her hand again. Would you like to give feedback?
Good evening, everyone. I had some microphone issues, so could not open it. First of all, kudos to the entire team for organizing such a great session. All the resource persons were so well informed, and the way they were explaining with the help, key concepts and complex concepts were explained in such a beautiful manner. In such illustrative examples were taken, Q&A sessions were going on. It was so informative. All of these are such complex things, but spoken or illustrated in such a beautiful and simple manner. It was hats off and kudos to the resource persons, hats off and kudos to the organizers of PA College for organizing such a beautiful session. And we look forward to attending more such sessions. I'm an assistant professor from Khaja Bandhanawaz University, Kalburgi, Karnataka. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Professor Prasanna Rao is giving feedback in the chat. Would you like to share feedback orally, sir? Yes, sir. Prasanna, sir.
Hello, sir. I am Prasanna Kumar from Yanapa Institute of Technology. I am HOD in the Department of AML. First of all, I congratulate the whole organizing team. It is a very well organized faculty development program. I appreciate the whole team and the speakers in all the 5 days. The 7 days how it went, we don't know, because it is a very difficult time to spare the time in the evening time. We will be busy at home, and still we manage. I manage, especially most of them all managed efficiently and given very good feedbacks and all. I appreciate such a good workshop. The first time I attended actually with all the sessions, all the 6 7 days except yesterday. Very good session, and congratulations once again the whole team of TA College of Engineering, the Department of AML. We want to again attend such FTPs in the future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Finally, I would like to take one more last feedback. If anybody would like, last call. Final call. Okay. Thank you, all my dear participants, for your wonderful feedback. Okay, we have noted all your advices, and we'll definitely try to work on that. With this, we have ending our feedback session. Now, I would like to call upon our principal, Dr. Ramesh MK, to give the presidential remarks in this valedictory. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Afsar. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let me congratulate first the team for having conducted a very wonderful FDP. In fact, I'm a person who is a little bit apprehensive about conducting these online FDPs because most of the time these kind of FDPs turns out to be a formality. But on a daily basis, I was inquiring with Professor Zakir and Professor Afsar Beg regarding the sessions and also the participants. So I'm very happy to note that in the introductory remarks, Professor Zakir has told that on a daily basis, they had around 160, 150 plus participants consistently participating, and not only participating, but they were very much involved. So I was very curious when today Dr. Zakir told me to attend the valedictory program, that today's valedictory program. I told her I'll speak after the feedback session. So the feedbacks have really proved that all the sessions were very good. So there are a few reasons behind it. Number one is Dr. Zakir and Professor Afsar Beg and the complete team of AML department, Professor Manjula and the complete team has taken utmost care in crafting the topics and selecting the resource persons. Most of the time, what happens is that the resource persons will be from various places, and there will not be no connectivity between the topics. But since, as Zakir has pointed out, Professor Rimas, Dr. Rimas Ahmed, who is a center point of this FDP, I understand that he has also done a lot of homework in, stitching, or you can tell that joining the dots and doing some homework with the resource persons, and the topics were well connected, and mainly, as some of the participants have pointed out, it was practically oriented. So this is one important observation I do have about this. Selecting the speakers and also crafting the topics. And another important thing is the involvement of the organizers. I have seen Professor Zakir and Professor Afsar Beg completely involved. Whenever I had some official work and when I was calling them, I could see them that they were completely involved, and they were always there for the calls of the participants. And that is one reason behind the success of this FTP. Another important thing that usually the proportion of interested serious participants in this online FTPs, usually the proportion is very less, but this is one of the FTP, as many of you have pointed out, this is the first FTP where we have seen quality, where we have so much involved. So most of the participants, or we can tell that than the usual proportion, this is an FDP where the participants also were very serious and they were involved. So all these factors put together, I would like to say that this FDP was a very huge success. I congratulate the organizing team, the organizing department, the participants, the resource persons for having this program. Secondly, I would like to speak on the future plans from the perspective of, as the head of the institution, PA College of Engineering. We PA College of Engineering is always, we promote research and we promote collaboration. So today's speaker also, he has pointed about, is a very good point what he told about readers group. Because this is one of the challenges usually we find in understanding or comprehending the papers. I think you can have some kind of research groups based on your interest. It can be a WhatsApp group or any other platforms you can join together. And collaboration is now the buzzword. 2 points I would always try to share with the fellow research mates and also my students. One is brand yourself. Branding yourself means you have to identify your area of expertise, which area you want to expertise. Brand yourself, and you should be the final person in that. That way you can look forward. Second is you have to collaborate with each other. So I hope that this FTP is a platform for you for both this domains, that is branding yourself and collaborating with each other. And as far as PA College of Engineering is concerned, we look forward to have more FDPs. I think, Dr. Zakir, we can plan of an offline FDP with association with AACT or some other government organizations or PA College. We ourselves can take forward where these people from various parts of India, very happy to see that we had participants right from the east, Assam towards Pune, Bhopal, every places. We can think of having an offline FDP, which and one more point I would like to point out is we are planning, PA College of Engineering is planning to have an international conference. We had it last year, international conference on engineering, science and technology. In the last year we had, basically it's an umbrella of various conferences, and we do have special themes, specific conferences on the emerging technologies, and one of the theme is the machine learning, deep learning techniques. So we would like to have each one of you contribute to this conference, and we also would like to have you for this conference here, which is scheduled for the month of April. Anyway, Dr. Zakir and Professor Afsar will be posting the details. And with these few comments, I really congratulate the team, the participants, the resource persons who have been a very, for conducting this very good, successful conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Now, let me take the privilege to present the vote of thanks for this 6-day FDP program that is conducted under the umbrella of ATAL. On behalf of PA College of Engineering and the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributed to the success of the online FDP on deep learning, intelligent video analytics, and computer vision, held from 21st to 27th January 2025. First and foremost, I express my deepest gratitude to our Chief Patron, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, Managing Trustee of PA Educational Trust, Mangalore, for his unwavering support and encouragement in organizing this event. His vision and guidance have been instrumental in the success of this program. Also, would like to thank Mr. Sharfuddin PK, AGM Campus, and also would like to thank Dr. Syed Amin, Dean Student Affairs, for their support in arranging the activities of this FDP. I extend my sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. Ramiz MK, for his valuable guidance and continuous motivation throughout the execution stages of this event. Thank you for your support, sir. A special note of thanks to our esteemed speakers and resource persons, including Dr. Hassan Firdaus, Dr. Ahmad Rimaz, Dr. Ahmad Jazlan, Dr. Asif Afzal, and many more. Thank you very much for your invaluable insights, dedication, and expertise in delivering enriching sessions that have significantly benefited all the participants, including myself. I am profoundly grateful to our coordinator, Mr. Dr. Muhammad Zakir, and our HOD, Dr. Manjula V, for their tireless efforts and meticulous planning and dedication to ensuring the smooth execution of this program. Their leadership has been the backbone of this event. Thank you very much, Madam and Zakir sir. To the faculty and technical team of PA Engineering College, thank you for your behind the scenes efforts, which ensure the seamless functioning of every session. To the participants, your consistent attendance and active engagement were the lifeblood of this event. Okay, without which this success of this program was just a dream. Okay, your enthusiasm and curiosity made this program truly meaningful and impactful. Finally, I would like to extend my gratitude to the AICT and Atal for their support and guidance, which made this event possible. Okay. A short announcement on this note, that is, as our principal sir has pointed out, we are we have lined up a international conference in the month of April. So this learning week, what we had, this can be converted into a contribution towards the research community and can be shared in this conference. Thank you everyone for making this program a resounding success. Your collaborative effort have made this initiative a significant milestone in fostering knowledge and innovation in AI and computer vision. Thank you everyone. With this, I would like to give everyone a round of applause for yourself and for the participants, all the participants. Thank you everyone.
Mugita?
Have a great day, sir. Have a great day, everyone.
Exit.
So you can leave the meeting.
Yes, madam. Everybody can exit the meeting.
Okay, thank you, sir.